Kyle, it kind of seems like you guys have that pretty solid four-man linebacker rotation. Just kind of how do you guys feed off each other and help better yourselves on the field?
Well, it's just a whole lot of knowledge in that group. I mean, if you look at it, there's a whole lot of playing experience, a lot of older guys mixed in with Cisco, who's pretty young still. But it's just a lot of experience that we've all had. I mean, Trey's obviously been playing for 4 years. This is my 4th year. Dayon's on his years. So it's just we have a lot of knowledge, and we all just kind of feed off each other. Everyone kind of brings their own unique aspect to the game, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's just we're a lot of different pieces to the puzzle to fit into for the defense.
How do you feel individually your game has grown over 6 weeks?
Over 6 weeks, I've been feeling like I've just been playing faster. Coach Ward's been really great about working with me on my feet and footwork and just making sure that, once you see the play, just trust it and go hit it. Don't hesitate. Don't second guess. Just trust what your eyes are telling you and go let your feet take you to the play.
You guys obviously had a lot of experience last year with Jihad and Justice. Have you kind of tried to relay some of their messages to some of the younger linebackers, guys like Hudson Cedarland?
Oh, absolutely. And it might not always be the verbal, but it's just the way that those two carried themselves. And that really kind of inspired, I know it really had a direct impact on me and Trey. And that's just how we kind of carry ourselves. And we hope to eventually pass that down to the younger guys and show them that this is how you practice as a veteran around here. And this is how it's done. So,
kind of a broad question here, but just how could you assess the kind of the highs and lows of the defensive front? Where do you think you guys have shown the most progress or been the most solid, and maybe where to work on? Most
progress has got to be stopping the run. I mean, it is the passion and the fire that those DTs and just the front seven in general are playing with. It's great to see. And it's something that we're definitely going to need this week. We know what kind of matchup we're going into with Oregon State. We know what happened last year, and we know that's not going to happen again this year. But yeah, just the passion that they've played with. Coach Callie has done a great job. I mean, you can hear them all day long out here at the practice fields, just absolutely getting those guys going. And we just, as a defense, we've just come to embrace it, and we don't fear the run anymore. We're ready to attack it.
And Coach Dicker's been talking about, emphasizing turnovers, taking the ball away a little bit more. 7 right now. How do you guys kind of do that on the practice field, at least? How do you put an emphasis on it?
On the practice field, it's all just about, it's a mindset. You have to train yourself to think about it. A lot of people think that turnovers just kind of happen naturally and it's just something that kind of fall into it. But that's not the case at all. They're a result of effort and the guys really trying to get at the football. And so how we work on that in the practice field is just, you see the guys just over pursuing the ball. I mean, just guys running the entire time, running backs 20 yards downfield, and you still got DNs chasing them down from behind. And that's stuff that, it might just look kind of silly on tape. And you're like, why is this guy running so far? But it shows up on game day. And if you remember last year, you had Brennan's interception, was that? That's the direct result of that. And it's just, that's how we kind of practice it here.
Obviously, over the past few years, this series has gone in you guys' favor. Considering this game is in the middle of the stretch that it's in, how important is it that you don't look past this matchup?
Oh, it's critically important that we don't look past it. We know Oregon State's always going to be a good matchup. It's going to be a physical one. We're absolutely looking forward to it. But, it's just another, we always talk about 1-0. Can't look past anyone. It's always just a 1-0 mentality. No matter who we got that week, it's 1-0. Same mission, same goal. And we've got to go get them.
When you watch the tape of the USC game, and did you feel like as a defensive unit, you guys maybe, sort of played well enough in areas? And what was kind of the main takeaways for you from that one?
So there's always highs and lows from the game. The biggest thing I think that we learned from that game was just communication, just how important it is. You always talk about we always talk about here the best defenses are the ones that are talking the whole time, and so that's something that we kind of noticed. We can keep growing on that. The more talk, the more communication we have, the better. We got a lot of veteran guys at some positions, some youth at another position. So it's just making sure everyone's on the same page is the biggest thing. Because when we are on the same page, you can see the results and you see the explosiveness that we can have.